that squats are bad for you or deadlifts are bad for you, and then you say, hey, we're gonna go do this, and then you get them through that stage of what society says is bad for you compared to what's actually healthy for you. When you're on the deficit or you're coming down in the diet, how much it plays with you mentally. You're never fully recovered. Let me just say that. You're never fully recovered when you're dieting. Don't tell me I'm not doing the work. Hey guys. Hi. I have special guests. Let me just Jeffrey, would you jump in and do this?
What's up? I wasn't ready. I should have fixed my hair.
You look good, dog. What are you talking about, man? I have the world-renowned trainer extraordinaire. The Surge is with us. You guys know Surge as my trainer. Look at that. Ooh. Besides just being a hot Latin lover that he is, we have him here today to talk to us. Look at, you see, you got the fans going already. So Serge, I know you've been fasting for the last month and water depletion.
No. It's the last 2 years.
2 years. 2 years. We're stepping up. We are starting, and I'm excited about this. We're starting the Titan Challenge 3. And you know who's not doing it?
Heath Evans.
Heath Evans. Exactly. Yeah. Heath Evans is not doing this because, as Mona would say, he can't handle it.
Oh. Trying to flare for me?
I'm flaring a little bit.
Damn. Wait a minute.
We love this. All right. So what we're going to talk to you guys about today was basic exercises. And this is something that getting somebody new at Gold's Gym. Are you one of these guys? And you tell me. I don't know. Are you one of these guys that has them box jumping from the start or basic movements?
Oh, no. I started them out with a squat, bench, and deadlift.
Woo!
Everyone. Yeah. They need to know the basics.
I love that because I see a lot of trainers, and I know that you see this too.
Oh, yeah.
As you see, like, I'll take an example. Last week I was in the gym and I saw a heavy set individual around 270, 280 pounds, maybe about 5'5".
What? 5'5"?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm not joking.
Oh, shit.
With a trainer doing box jumps. So that concerned me. Box jumps are tough already. I mean, I know it seems simple, and it really is kind of, but if you're in a fatigue state and it's at the end of your workout and you start doing box jumps and you hit it wrong, you take out a shin, or if you're just putting that extra torque on your knees, especially coming from somebody that probably hasn't done exercise in the last 10 years.
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense. But that's what we see a lot of. And so kind of what I love is that Surge takes the approach of teaching them the basic main exercises.
Gets rid of the fear.
Ooh, that's so big. Holy cow. No, that's great.
Everyone that comes up to me, they're like, oh, yeah. I'll say, oh, we're going to go squat. And then they're like, oh, what? They're like scared to go squat.
I could see that.
Oh, but my back might get injured. I was like, well, if you do them right now. And then after they see what they can do, then they're more motivated into doing expanding.
That's just smart for all of you guys that are listening to this. All you trainers out there that are watching this, the point he just made was so brilliant. Because I think a lot of it, I mean, because I've seen you have a lot of girls because you're handsome, and I think they just want to train with a handsome trainer as well, besides being the elite trainer. Yeah. But I can imagine you saying to somebody that's only heard from society that squats are bad for you or deadlifts are bad for you, and then you say, hey, we're going to go do this, and then you get them through that stage of what society says is bad for you compared to what's actually healthy for you.
Of course.
That's huge.
It builds confidence in that.
Money right there is your golden ticket. I think right there is one of the biggest things. I had a discussion today with somebody that's dieting and going through stuff, and I asked them about the mental state. I think that was a key point because I don't think people realize when you're on the deficit or you're coming down in the diet, how much it plays with you mentally. Mm-hmm. You have any take on that?
Well, I mean, you're already fatigued from not eating enough. So then it's just kind of like, it puts you in a state of like, I wouldn't say you're more unmotivated, which is why you don't really want to work out because you're so low on calories. It's like, what's the point? That's what you're in that state where you're like, what's the point? If I push myself harder now,
he's killing
it's going to be more
exhausted.
But then once you get through it, you're like, holy shit, I did it. And now I've bettered myself at that point. So now that I know I can do it at such a deficit, then when you're out of that little cloudiness of like a caloric deficit and you're back into high calories, you're like, you come in with this like motivation to just kill it even more because you're like, all right, now that I am fully fed, I'm gonna freaking kill it.
Ooh, Jeffrey, right?
Wow, just another zinger.
We're just gonna leave it with this stuff today. I love that because it's, again, I'll just, I guess, piggyback on that and just say you're so right on that aspect of it. And I know that you guys I feel that way. And I guess maybe that will help you guys understand. It does get hard when you're dieting and it gets to the point where you're like, man, is this worth it? I'm so tired. I'm so beat down. Let me just call it a day or eat a pizza or eat something.
Mm-hmm. Like a stuffed crust pizza.
A stuffed crust pizza. And just call it a day and say, forget it. But for us that don't give up and don't do the pizza and we stay on the plan and you get through the next day and you wake up the next morning a little bit more recovered. You're never fully recovered. Let me just say that. You're never fully recovered when you're dieting. Your body never gets fully recovered. Regardless of what somebody said, well, you need to get fully recovered. Just you're going to get the best you possibly can. That's why you don't put on so much muscle when you're in a deficit. You're not really feeding your body to that point. You're just trying to get that fat off you. Mm-hmm. And so I think his point, both points, are both mental statements. And again, I go back to, I think when I was talking about the first 5 things that are most important about training, number 1 was mentally. Mindset, trust the process. And that's a tough thing to do. And I know that he and I are talking about this like it's nonchalant. But trust me when I say that it is so freaking tough.
People are too used to the short results of things that everyone's impatient. So then, like, I even see it now with clients that I have when they'll slowly be gaining progress, but since they don't see themselves with a 6-pack right away, they tend to kind of like pull off in a sense because they're very impatient. And then, well, like you said about the pizza, like you set yourself for a ripple effect. Oh. So in the moment you're like, well, fuck it, a pizza. Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay.
No, the pizza sounds good now, but then that ripples down because then after you eat it, you feel even worse because now you're like, well, I did the pizza and it didn't satisfy me like I thought it would, and now I've already pulled myself back 2 steps instead of just sucking it up in the moment and then pushing through it.
Is that the towel? Does the towel get thrown at that point? Because a lot of the times it does, right? Yeah.
So they're like, well, if I'm already 2 steps back, well, I might as well just restart over again and then not do this diet anymore. So then now you're 10 steps back. Ooh. And then you look back after the 4 weeks, and when you stopped at the week 2, you see the 4th week, and you're like, well, if only I stood to the plan those 4 weeks, I'd be here now. But at the moment there, I just let my emotions.
I think we see that in the Titan crew too. I think we see the individuals that start the plan and this is why I think one of the things that I made sure Jeffrey wrote out real well is the reason I don't want you posting on the Titan crew the first couple of weeks of the program is because that's the hype. Of course you're motivated. You still got enough fat that your body's working fine. Your diet hasn't really kicked in and hurting you yet in the sense of playing with the emotions. And so you start posting things going, hey, I'm kicking ass. And then that person disappears. Ooh. And so we try to bypass that first couple of weeks. And the people that have the people that are in it, and I'm sorry, Titan crew, but I want the person that's into the month or into the month and a half or 2 months of diet. And that's who I want to hear from. I don't want to hear from the person that just started. or is a week in or 2 weeks in. It doesn't do anything for us or anybody else. And then you disappear. And he's talking about something about the ripple effect. And I agree with this, is that as soon as you do the first, forget it, I'm just going to have a pizza, that sets you up for the, like, there's like a percentage, I guess you would say, like there's 100% I'm not cheating. It's more like a 90. Then I have the pizza. And now the next cheat's going to be like 50%. And then you're going to do it again. And now you're down to 20%, and then you stop. And so it's that whole setup of he's killing it. The insight that he has, these people are living today. They're golden ticket today.
You actually listening to Serge.
He's crushing it.
He is crushing it.
He's crushing it. You guys tell us. You guys tell us what Serge is saying.
It looks like a little kid in that shit.
Yeah.
Serge is like an inch taller than me easily.
Just straighten up.
Yeah. You guys tell me.